Problems are a constant in life. When you solve one problem, you basically make a way for another problem to arise. There is no person in this entire world who doesn't have any problems or isn't suffering. The rich people suffer because of their riches. The poor suffer because they are poor. The person who has a family suffers because of his family and the obligations that he has to follow. And the person who doesn't have a family simply suffers because he doesn't have a family. You get my point. The basic message that I'm trying to convey here is happiness is not something that could be achieved. There is no way to happiness. Happiness is the way. You might have found saying to yourself that once I achieve a body like him, I will be happy, or once I find a soulmate like her, I will be happy. It actually doesn't work that way. Happiness is not a solvable equation. It's a constant work in progress. You need to understand and accept the fact from your core that dissatisfaction and unease are inherent parts of human nature. You will never feel completely happy or completely satisfied once and for all unless you are practicing to become a monk or a saint who has just given everything for life and doesn't care about the materialistic pleasures or the worldly pleasures. And most of us aren't practicing to do that. So both dissatisfaction and unease are in fact necessary components to creating consistent happiness. Think about it. Pain, suffering, insecurities, dissatisfaction, they all come across as a negative feeling. When I tell you that you have to go through some sort of pain or some sort of suffering, you will immediately associate it with a negative feeling. But in fact, the feeling of pain, suffering, insecurities, dissatisfaction, they all are indeed a good thing. Okay, so when you go through some sort of emotional or even physical pain, it teaches you what actions cause that pain and the importance of avoiding those actions in future. Similarly, when you're suffering, let's say because of your relationships, or you're insecure about the shape of your body, or you're very dissatisfied by yourself and your potential, so all those feelings will actually make you feel like shit throughout the day. It will make you very uneasy, and that's exactly when you will do something about it. Pain, suffering, uneasiness, dissatisfaction, they are not necessarily a bad thing. They are actually something that tell you that you have to make a change right now in your life. They actually fuel you towards success. You just need a perspective change. So when I was 16 to 17 years old, I had just gotten into self-improvement. I had started going to college at that time. Most of the people I knew in college, I still remember, used to spend all of their day on Instagram. In college, they all used to bunk lectures and they used to go out and go to clubs and just spend unnecessary amount of money. They were totally enjoying, so it's a good thing for them. But I just never liked that. I wasn't the most productive person out there at that time. I still am not. Even I was wasting a lot of time here and there. But the only difference between me and them was I was having an existential crisis about the fact that I'm wasting my time. So it always made me suffer and made me want to make a change. I clearly remember there were a lot of days when I had decided to wake up early and I couldn't. Every time I could not follow the timetable that I had set for myself. Every time I wasted my time, I suffered and I felt like shit. But you know what happened because of that eventually? I studied harder for my exams. I scored 85% in my 12th boards, which is good for an average student. I learned a lot about trading and consistently traded for 6 months. I read new books, and not only that, after my trading and my gym session, I was working part-time in my grandfather's restaurant and used to come home at midnight or even late sometimes. And I was just 17. If you are having a constant feeling that you're lacking in a particular aspect of your life, trust me, until you do something about it, your life is going to suck. Yes, you will have good moments here and there, but from your core, you will really be dissatisfied. You will constantly have this feeling of unfulfillment and unhappiness till you keep pushing that thing away, till you keep pushing that pain away. If you want to fix your relationship with your parents, just go and tell them that you want to fix your relationship with them. If you're constantly procrastinating the things that you really want to do, just fix up a timetable and do your best to follow it. Or even if your problem is you really want to approach that girl in your class, just go ahead and do it. Just do it. It doesn't have to make sense for anybody else. If you care about it enough that it bothers you, just go fix it. Think about it. You will only feel shit about something if you really care about it or if it really matters to you. And if it actually matters to you, you will find a way. Just remember, problems and pain are an unavoidable part of your life. Sometimes those problems are simple, like eating good food, traveling to a new place, meeting your friends, or even approaching a girl you like. And other times those problems can be complicated, like finding a career that you really like or just fixing your relationships in general. Instead of being stressed out about your problems like a lot of people do, just find joy and amusement in solving them. Happiness is nothing but the result of solving these small and large problems in life. So stop avoiding your problems and just accept them with love.